Welcome back to Sawtooth Tactical, your source for Second Amendment news, gun reviews, and more. And today, we are talking Second Amendment news, specifically kind of breaking news out of Texas, the Texas Suppressor Freedom Law that Governor Greg Abbott signed into law. Well, unfortunately, that has been struck down. And we've talked a lot on this channel about the NFA, suppressors, short-barreled rifles, pistol braces. This is something that I care deeply about. And so I like to share these things with you guys. Make sure you're subscribed, and we'll briefly talk about this today. So this is unfortunate news. I've talked many times on this channel about how I feel about the NFA. And I'm sure many of you feel the same way. I think that it's absolutely ridiculous that short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, suppressors, and the like are regulated so strictly compared to any other firearms, because this AR is not any more dangerous than this AR. It's just a little bit easier to maneuver around your home with. And so, shorter barrels, perfect for home defense. You know what else is perfect for home defense? Suppressors. If someone is trying to break into your home in the middle of the night, do you really think that you're going to have the time and the wherewithal to grab hearing protection and put it on before you go deal with the threat? Probably not. And while your hearing is much less important than your life, and so because of that, you'll probably do whatever you have to do and deal with whatever hearing damage may ensue. If you could avoid that, why wouldn't you? And to me, it's absolutely ridiculous that we have to go through this process in order to get what basically equates to a muffler for your gun. Your car is required to have a muffler, because otherwise the noise pollution would bother everyone around you wherever you drive. Firearms, obviously you're not just shooting them all over the street like you drive your car, but when you do shoot them, generally, you need hearing protection unless you have a suppressor. Now, I applied for a tax stamp for a .30 caliber suppressor for my 300 blackout build that I did last year. It's been 9 months now. In fact, over 9 months, and I still have no idea when it's going to be approved. Paid for the suppressor, paid the $200 for the tax stamp, which to me is unconstitutional and it's absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing dangerous about a suppressor, but I'm going off into the weeds here about how I feel about this, about suppressors and the NFA in general. Well, the state of Texas sued the federal government basically for the right for their citizens to manufacture suppressors in the state of Texas for use in the state of Texas for those individuals. Not for suppressors for sale, not for interstate commerce. And their whole thing was that, that's what the NFA regulates, is interstate commerce. So made in Texas suppressors should be able to stay in Texas and not be regulated under the National Firearms Act. Well, a judge struck that down today, said that they did not have standing, basically because what the judge said is that a dislike of a federal law does not make standing in order to sue. So I've thought about this a little bit, and I've kind of wondered, so is the only way that we can get some of our rights back is by people actually getting in trouble for these laws first, because then they've actually been legally injured, and so then they have standing to sue and to actually make some progress to get rid of these unconstitutional laws? If so, that really is a shame, and it's not a fair fight. You shouldn't have to break the law and get caught in order to have standing to fight an unconstitutional law. At least that's how I feel. I hope that's how you all feel. Let me know what you think down in the comments about this. To me, it's very unfortunate. It's something I've been watching, paying attention to, because Texas does, in a lot of ways, lead the country when it comes to gun rights. It's a very gun-friendly state. I'm lucky I live in Idaho. Idaho is also a very gun-friendly state. But I don't see the state of Idaho putting their neck out there to fight the good fight quite as often as I see cases coming out of like the 5th District, Northern Texas. So I pay attention to those cases. And I felt like they had a good case here. I'm not sure how it was presented. I'm not a lawyer, a legal scholar, anything like that. I am just a gun enthusiast that wants to protect our rights under the Second Amendment, our God-given rights to protect ourselves with firearms. And so these kinds of things are important to me. I hope they're important to you. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Sawtooth Tactical. And from Sawtooth Tactical, stay strapped or get clapped.